Hey folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Thursday, November 7th. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have their second practice of Week 10 today at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Probably a slightly less eventful one than yesterday when Preston Smith and Mike Williams made their Steelers practice debuts, and then we talked to them, and there's lots of video from that yesterday just here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. Another episode of Steelers Afternoon Drive coming up with me and Zachary Smith about 6 o'clock, as we'll talk about the news of today as the Steelers continue their preparation for the Washington Commanders. But first, we are going to talk about something, well, guys, I don't know how to break this to you, but a member of our audience, Steven, has broken the formula. Steven at Steven.116th on YouTube. See, Smitty and I have a good thing going where if you just say nice things about us and compliment us, we'll generally read your comment on the show. Steven, he has no time for puffery. He has no time for extraneous communication. Steven's time is valuable to him. And so Steven gives a $15 super chat yesterday to ask this question. And well, come on, I'm not going to not answer it now. Could you talk about what happens to a traded player that didn't get his bye week? Love the show, hoping to come up for the draft. Yeah, not only did Steven ask a question and pay us for it, he asked a super nerdy football question that I'm going to get to freak out about for 10 minutes. I love this. So yes, of course I'm going to talk about this question for the entirety of the rest of this Morning Rush episode. So players who did not get their bye week before they were traded and now are traded to a new team are getting screwed. Kind of. Anyway, obviously, I think Preston Smith and Mike Williams are happy to be in Pittsburgh. That's what they said yesterday. And given the fact that Preston Smith said he was unhappy being in a 4-3 defense in Green Bay, and Mike Williams very clearly was not having a good time with Aaron Rodgers, I believe them. But these guys are going to play 18 games in an 18-week season now. They're getting no extra money for this. NFL players are already paid on an 18-week schedule. So when you see an NFL player's salary, let's say a player is making $12 million, or let's make it round, $18 million this year, okay? That salary is paid out in 18 $1 million increments, one check a week from the first week of the regular season to the last week of the regular season. Players don't get paid in playoffs. Players don't get paid at OTAs. Players don't get paid in training camp. Players don't get paid in the preseason. The only time players get their salary, they can have bonuses any time of the year, whether that's a workout bonus, a roster bonus, a signing bonus, whatever. They can have bonuses at any time. But if you see a player's salary, the only time they're getting that salary is 18 paychecks a year, starting in the second week of September and ending in the second week of January. That's it. And so everybody is already getting their paychecks divided by 18. These guys are still getting their paychecks divided by 18 for 18 pays, but everybody else is only playing 17 games and these guys are playing 18. So unfortunate happenstance. Last year was the first time it ever happened. Of course, this same scenario happened when we had a 16 game schedule, that there would be teams that would players that would occasionally be traded and play 17 games. But last year, Leonard Williams became the first player to play 18 games when he was traded from the Giants to the Seahawks. This year, there were 5 players at the deadline, including Smith and Williams. Also, Zadarius Smith went from the Browns to the Lions. Khalil Davis, former Steeler, who went from the Texans to the 49ers, and Jonathan Mingo, who went from the Panthers to the Cowboys. All 5 of those players could, if they don't miss another game. And by the way, Preston Smith has never missed a game, so I like his chances. Mike Williams obviously has a fairly significant injury history, so who knows? But they could all play 18 games this season, get paid for 17 basically, and that's the deal. Now, has this always been the case? No, because bye weeks, were introduced, in the middle of the NFL's journey, but also in the early days of the NFL, teams playing like 30 games wasn't all that uncommon. Back before really the Steelers were in the league, things were a lot less structured. Teams scheduled their own games, and you could schedule as many as you want. So they would play like exhibitions mid-season. They would play all summer and then play a fall schedule. Before about 1933, playing many games was uncommon. But right now, both Smith and Williams are in line to tie the NFL record for games played in a season if they can continue playing them. And like I said, this is not that they're unhappy with being in Pittsburgh, but this is probably not the kind of record that players want to set. I'm sure they would rather just play the 17 they signed up for when they signed their contracts. That is a great question. And I really appreciate you, Steven. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you being a regular member of the audience. And if you happen to come up for the draft, as you're saying, let us know. It also amazes me every time we do a giveaway or we talk to people or whatever, just the number of Steelers fans that are not in Pittsburgh, the regular members of our audience that are not in Pittsburgh, blows me away every time. So wherever you're coming up from, I appreciate you listening from right now, and really great to have you. So that's it. That's all I got for today. These guys are not getting their bye week. The Steelers are coming off their bye week, by the way. And if you did not already, go over to SteelersNow.com and check out a story written by my colleague, Job Morrison, which is, I think, pretty good. Mike Tomlin, after the Steelers bye, his 13-4 in weeks coming off his bye in his 17 years as a Steelers head coach. We also found out yesterday Zach Frazier's going to play. Cordell Patterson looks like he's going to play. Justin Fields looks like he's fine. Nick Herbig practiced. Steelers just had one DNP, a sick Terrell Edmonds. So getting healthy. Mike Tomlin, very good after the bye. The bye has been good to the Steelers. It came at a good time, although I think most teams will take a bye whenever they can get it. But it certainly seems like the Steelers, not just in the trade department, but in general, have taken advantage of this year's bye week. That's all I got for now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications for more here on the YouTube channel. Go over to SteelersNow.com. Check out all the best content for myself, DB, Job, Chris Ward, Smitty, the whole team. We'll see you back here on the YouTube channel or in your audio feeds later this afternoon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, enjoy.